Hey guys, this is Hetu and welcome back to etlqalabs. So guys, today we will look at Linux interview questions, okay? And these are the questions that I have compiled and thought of sharing with you. I think these are very important questions, and then not very generally people are not aware of this kind of commands, okay? So that's the reason I thought that I will share with you so that next time when you face this kind of questions, you should be able to answer it, right? So these questions are very much applicable to even the people working in production support or people working in QA or development, all the areas, right? It is not very specific to people working into one particular stream, right? So that's the reason I'll tell you, okay? So now these are the set of 10 questions and we'll try to understand each of them, how and when we should use all these questions, okay? So as I said, these are not very basic questions, okay? And these are something special question. That's the reason I have covered it here, okay? So for example, the first question, let's start then. So first question is basically how do you find the log file is running or not, which means basically let's say you have some processes running and that particular process is actually writing some log. For example, in case of Informatica Power Center, there are session logs and workflow log, right? And which actually keeps rolling and keeps writing into that particular log when the process runs, right? Some ETL job runs. That time, how do you know that whether the processes are running fine and the things are getting processed or not? In that case, you can use this particular command on that particular session log. Okay, you can actually use tel minus f and then the log file basically, right? What it will tell you basically, it will display you the exact or you say the uh, real time logging of the process. What I mean is basically in the real time when the jobs are running, it will actually keep outputting some sort of log, and that is actually getting captured in the session log, right? And to check the session log, if you say tell and the session log, then it will actually give you the last. Only if you can be able to sure that okay, this is the last line that is written in that particular log, only when the process is completed. But when the process is running, then it is very difficult to know what is the last line, right? So that is the reason tel minus f will actually uh, it will keep running, okay? Continuously it will run and it will continuously give the output, okay? So that's a reason, okay? So the tel minus f is basically to check the running logs status are the last line in the running log. How do you check it, right? So this is how it is. We will actually look at each of them, okay? Let me probably check one by one, right? So let's go here and try to see do we have anything here. Okay, we don't have anything. Let me try to create one file maybe. So I'll say bim, okay, test dot log, anything guys, I just give a name, okay, and I'll say this is log file, okay, this is capturing the real time scenario. All right, something like that, guy. I don't want to put something, but let me save this. Okay, now I saved it. I got this file. Now let me run this tel minus f. Okay, so since this file is a static file, right? We have just written it. It's not that it is actually running file. When I say we have already written something inside, right? But you see the cursor is still here, means it did not come out of this basically, right? It is still trying to check what else is getting written inside this particular log file, right? But unfortunately this is the very static file. We have just written two lines. There is nothing happening on this particular log, right? So now but the nature of this tel minus f is basically it keeps polling and keeps checking what is the last line written. That's why it is still waiting here, right? So let me come out of it. So control C, I came out, okay? So hope you are able to know, right? So if you want to check the logs which are running, then you can use actually this tel minus f and then file. Second command is how do you know since how long the Unix machine is up right? Which means how do you know that when was your Unix machine last restarted or shut down, right? And from when actually this particular Linux box is up, right? So there is a command called uptime. Okay, let me try to show you uptime. How does it work? Now you see guys, it is showing 6:53. Okay, it's not even one day. Probably these are few minutes actually because that's where I restarted it, right? So that's the reason. Okay, one second, not six. Okay, let me see, show you date 4/21. Yeah, guys. Okay, so it's 16, 12, 16. 22, right? So, okay, this is the time actually when I ran this command, okay? But this is up today only, 6:53 minutes or something, okay? Usually you will find a day here, right? So 10 days, 15 days, something like that. It will actually show you one day, 2 day, whatever, right? So in days, because we don't restart the Linux boxes all the time, right? So this command is very useful when you want to really know when the machine was restarted. Let's say you are troubleshooting something and you find that your Linux machine is hung or it's not working at all the way it is supposed to, right? And then in that case you can check when it was restarted, then probably restart might be needed, okay, if it is not restarted recently. Or maybe if you are working in a prod support and you are actually you are checking all the health check of your processes, applications, and Linux boxes, etc., all the servers, and then you want to make sure that this particular box is restarted today as part of your weekly reboot, right? Then in that case, you can also run this particular command and check when this particular machine was restarted. All right. Now, the third one is how do you know what is the login name of how I mean what is your login name, etc. How do you check it, right? So let me clear it. Okay. So there is a command called logname. Okay. Logname means it will tell you. So this is your login. Okay. Which this is the login that I am actually logged in on this system, since this is the Ubuntu, right? And so this is kind of a trial version, I would say, right? That's the reason we have only one single user here. This is on my personal laptop, right? So that's the reason you can see only one user here. The same thing you can also find using using log name, right? Log name, and then also who am I. There is command called who am I. This will also give you the same thing probably. Okay, see Ubuntu, right? So this is the username of this particular. So the user who is logged in on this particular Linux box Ubuntu is basically name of that particular user is Ubuntu itself. Okay. Now the fourth one is how do you know the which operating system, name of your operating system, right? So there is command called uname. Okay. So you see it is showing you Linux. Okay. If it is Solaris, then it will show you Solaris or Macintosh or something. So it will actually give you, right? So for now, this is the Linux machine, right? That is the reason it is actually giving you operating system as a Linux. Okay. Now the next one is the terminal file name, right? So how do you know which terminal you are logged in, right? So there is a command called tty. You can run it and you know that this is the terminal name, okay? This is the terminal name uh, from where actually you are accessing. So for me, it is like server and everything on this same machine, right? So that's the reason it is it is showing this. Otherwise, you will find terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, some naming, different naming, right? So that's the that is how you can check the terminals. Okay. Now the next one is how do you check how much disk is used already? Okay. So for example, let me check. These are the one actually. I have these many files right now. Okay, these three files. Okay. Now I just want to check what is the disk usage. So When I say disk usage, it actually tells you about dot means the current file, current directory, and then it actually, very interestingly, it actually check only the disk size inside the Unix directory. Okay, so in this case, if I can show you ls minus lrt, we'll find only two directory here, right? So one directory is this one. Okay, I'll show you ls minus ALRT. Okay, why A? Because I want to show you hidden file as well, hidden this one as well. So this is the current directory, which means actually inside this. So that's why it is showing you the current directory is containing 20 byte or whatever, right? So this is the size or block, right? And then dot dr. So inside the current there is another directory, which is this one, right? So inside the current directory, you go navigate, go to dr, and inside dr there is a size of 4. Okay, so let's try to see what is there inside that. Okay, something should be there, right? Yeah, see, some something is there. So this is maybe some byte or something. Okay, so this is also there, right? So that is the reason you can actually, when you run du, then you will be able to find out. Okay, let me go back because I am actually checking inside that. So if I say du, okay, so this is and the size that is giving, this is the usage of this particular uh, desktop directory. This inside this desktop directory there are two directory, and these are the size they have used it. Okay, now let me clear it quickly. The next one, guys, how do you know which particular shell you are working? So there are multiple shell in Unix, right? Like bash shell, corn shell, C shell, and all those things. How do you know which shell actually you are working on, right? So there is a command called echo. Echo is nothing but, guys, this will print. So let's say I say echo uh, and then say etlqalabs, it will print, you see. Echo is nothing but it will actually print. This is the print, okay? In Linux, in what do you say? Um, in Python, you can just say print and something, no? So this is the one. So if I have to check the shell, then I have one variable, shell variable, and within this particular shell variable, that particular name of the shell is there, right? So this will actually just display what is there inside this particular shell variable. So see, it is showing you bash shell, right? Born again shell. So this is the way how you can check which shell you are working on. So these are the very important questions, guys, right? So these are the basic thing that you should be aware of it, right? I mean, the awareness of these questions or answering these questions to interview means that the interviewers know that you have good understanding of the the system or the Linux processes and all, right? Okay. Now there is another command, right, guys? Okay, that is called limit the size of the file while creating. Okay, so let's say there is a command called ulimit. I'll just show you here. So ulimit means basically it is set to unlimited right now. Let me set something to ulimit to 100. Okay, ulimit to 100. So this is 100 byte. Okay, now if I say ulimit, it is showing 100. Okay, if I write any file which is more than 100 byte, then it will not allow me to write. Okay, so this is the reason, because what happens in the real time, if based on the usage you can't really set it unlimited. Otherwise if you're creating a file and it will, by default, it will take all the space in that particular file, right? Which is not really a good idea, because you are doing a lot of wastage of the space, right? So that is the reason it is good to set the limit of the size of the file that you want to create. Okay, now I think these are the some of the questions. I think, let me see if you, okay, there are two more questions, guys. Okay, so umask, very important command. Okay, umask, I'll tell you why it is important. Okay, so umask is basically, it is set to 0002, which means by default when I create some file, so let me show you once. Okay, I just created this file, right? Test.log. So what is the permission of this particular? So this is the ordinary file, and we have read, write, and we don't have execute here, right? So read write permission to user, group and other. Okay, write permission to other only. So how it is getting derived, guys, right? So read, write and execute. Okay, I'll just tell you how it works. Okay, okay, not here. So let me go here. So what happens is basically when I say read, write and execute, right? So okay, read, write and execute. What happens is read is 4, wait is 4, okay, for read, write is 2 and this is 1. So total is basically 7, right? So if you are actually, if you want to give full permission to a particular group, then you have to actually say, um, you have to actually give all this permission, right? In this case, it is actually read and write for user. Okay, if I have to give execute, then I have to give you 7, right? Now how the Umask actually determine? So what is this basically? Read write means 6 6 and 4, right? So this is 6 6 4, correct? 6 6 and 4. Okay, now if I want to make it 7 7 7, what I should do, guys? I should actually make sure that so in that case my file will be having read, write, execute all the permission, right? Now as I said, there is something called 0 0 2. So this is called Umask. So if I say, if I just put this Umask here, okay, if I subtract it, right? So 0 and 2, okay, if I just subtract it, what I'm getting here? I'm getting, one second, guys. All right, guys. So what I'm saying is, so the default permission for a particular file. Okay, so I'll just tell you guys here, one second. Okay, let me show you. So default file permission is how much actually for, let's say, directory. For directory, it is 7 7 7. Okay. For ordinary file, right? For ordinary, okay, ordinary file, okay, for ordinary file, guys, it is 6 6 and 6. Okay, so what happens? So Umask play a very major role here. Okay, so if I say Umask is 0 0 2, okay, which means I have to actually subtract it from here. Okay, I have to subtract it from here. So let's say I am creating ordinary file, then 0 and 2 will be subtracted. So finally how much I will be getting? I'll be getting 6 6 and 4. And this is what exactly I have shown you here, it is, isn't it? So this is 6 6 and 4, correct? But when I created the directory, let me create a directory, make dir. So in that case, what should we actually okay, dir1, let me do it. Okay, now if I see here, what exactly we got it here? Directory, it's read, write, execute, read, write, execute and read and execute, right? Which means read, write, nahi, read, execute, 4 and 1 5. So 7 7 5, correct? Why 7 7 5? So here if I subtract it by 2 0 0 2, then how much it is actually, guys? 7 7 and 5, right? Isn't it? So this is where this Umask is doing lot of importance, playing a big role here, right? Because if I want to set a default permission of a file or a particular ordinary file, or maybe the directory file, right? In that case, my Umask will play a major role here. Okay, so let me try to say Umask. See, it is 0 0 2, correct? 0 0 2. You have to take this last three one. Okay. Now, if I say, if I need to just say Umask, I just want to say 0 0 0. Okay. Let's see what happens, guys. Umask 0 0 0. Perfect. Let me create one. Let me create one ordinary file. Okay. So I'll say touch test file. Okay. dot txt, something like that. Okay, let me try to see what is the permission of this particular file. See, now this time, see, last time when we created like this, read write execute, this time read write, and the last one for other was only read write. This is how it was, right? Now this time read write read write read write read write. Why it is? Because actually what has happened is we have read write read write. Okay, read write means 6. Okay, but actually we are subtracting it with this Umask, right? So which, that is the reason read write read write read write. Okay, that is the reason it is. So now if I create um, create one directory file, something like this, let's say, okay, make dir2 probably. So it will give full permission, read write execute. Let's see whether we are able to see everything or not. There it is. See, this is read write execute read write execute read write execute, all this permission, this is fully permission, right? So that is the reason. I think I took little bit more time, but I think it was worth explaining you the role of the Umask, right? So Umask is generally used by administrator, and so the administrator control what kind of actually file they want the user to be created, or based on the account permission, etc., right? So that is very important. Now let's move to the last one. The last question is, how do you know your user ID and group ID, etc.? Okay. So there is a beautiful command, guys. Okay, let me just go here where I am. Okay, there is command, very simple command called ID. Now you see, ID is giving user ID, GID. Why it is same 999 because this is my own machine, right? And it is not on server, right? So that's the reason it is giving you. But based on, if you want to find any sort of ID, actually you can just say ID on your command prompt and you will be done. Okay. That's all I think I wanted to cover. And guys, just make sure you know all these commands. I think these are very important command. Okay, not only, as I said, not only for development perspective, but also from the production support and development and testing and everything, right? And I think these are very comprehensive. I think it. I hope you like this video. And guys, I'm not getting nowadays. You guys are not liking my videos. I don't know. I mean, is it something you have any suggestions, or you want me to do some more video? I think if you suggest me something, probably, let me know, like, why uh, all of a sudden people is not liking the video, because recently I have started Java series also, with the intent to help you guys to upskill yourself to the next and be more capable of, more eligible for the automation job also, right? The web automation. And Java is almost I'm going to cover, I think, another few session, and then after the Selenium I'm going to start, right? But then the whole intention of that series is for you to learn it and be more, um, knowledgeable, right? But that's fine, I think. But let me know how do you like this video, and I'll do some more videos about Linux commands and all, I think, probably in the future. But then, yeah, I think I would need your feedback and your comments, right? That's all for this video, guys, and I'll see you soon with the next video. Until then, happy learning. Bye. God bless you.